Hey everyone,
Hi.
I'm Steve,
I'm JJ.
and today we're going to be talking about Suicide Squad. Now the way we do all our reviews is that we're going to give a little bit of spoiler for your review, and then we're going to save our spoilers to the end of the video.
Should we go into a spoiler?
Yeah, because I want to talk about the characters, but unfortunately with the characters, you can't really do that without going to spoilers. So let's go into spoilers, and I want to start off with each of the characters. Deadshot really liked.
Yep.
Will Smith was really good in this one. It's kind of like he's true to he put in his personality into it, and there was two moments in it that in regards to this character that made me think I would have liked to have seen a darker film, and there were two scenes. One right at the very beginning when he's with his daughter, and then all of a sudden Batman shows up, and his daughter is kind of please don't do this. She gets in the middle between Batman and Deadshot and be like, please don't, just let him take you in, don't try to shoot your way out of this. He's trying to make him go into the path of good. And the way that Will Smith portrayed that moment, I was like, man, I kind of got teary-eyed a bit. It was such a good moment.
Excellent actor.
Yeah, and then there was another in the bar scene. You could tell they were kind of, it was at that point in the film where they're kind of not necessarily defeated, but they're like, we can't do this, and then they're just like, you know what, screw it. And I really did enjoy it. What did you think of Will?
I thought Will Smith was it's a return to Will Smith of old in that I really enjoyed seeing him on the film and I was seeing more of the character of Deadshot and less Will Smith, which I was concerned about from the get-go. As soon as I heard he was cast in it, I'm like, okay, this guy, it's going to be Will Smith, ha 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 ha, all over the screen. But it wasn't that at all. He was in character. It was great. A lot of great emotional range as far as the character is concerned. And he was definitely one of the two for me highlights of the movie. The other highlight, of course, would be Margot Robbie.
Harley Quinn, yeah. Why don't you go ahead?
Yeah, she just, every scene she was in, I felt she really just dominated the screen and captured everyone's attention. I mean, she's obviously very beautiful to look at, but she really nailed the character. However, some of the jokes, and I don't know if they were punched in after, kind of fell flat. I don't know if it was due to the fact that we saw a few of them already in the trailers, and the trailers have been played to death. But some of them seemed a little bit forced. But some of her performances, when she was dangling from the helicopter and Deadshot went to take a shot at her, I thought that was really great. I thought all her scenes in prison were really great. And I really liked her with the Joker.
Right.
However, didn't love the Joker. Not for me, not an iconic Joker at all. I felt that there was all this hype built around Jared Leto's Joker.
Yeah.
All his method acting techniques, and he was crazy on the set, and he never distanced himself from the role. I feel like that was all hype to help gloss over the fact that I don't think he was a very good Joker.
I disagree with you somewhat.
Okay.
And I will I'll combine Harley Quinn and the Joker in this one because Harley Quinn, I agree with you. She was every scene she was in, she stole. She was very funny, and I agree with you. There were some jokes that just didn't land completely, but there was a lot of things that were great about her. And I think that what I liked about Margot Robbie's performance is that there's a difference between Harley Quinn on her own and Harley Quinn with the Joker. When she's with the Joker, it's like she is just she's literally pudding. Right. She's put it in the Joker's hands, and she just can't control herself, and you totally see that, and you see that switch immediately, especially when you see her kind of rejoining the Joker about 2/3 of the way through the movie, and it's just when you see that she's about to be reunited with Mr. J, it was her demeanor switched, and that's kind of always been the Harley Quinn Joker sort of dynamic. Once she was always kind of she'll do anything for the Joker, and there was even that kind of sequence where they're diving into the vat of acid and Ace Chemicals, and the Joker's no, dying for me is too easy. Would you live for me? And I'm like, it was moments like that made me actually enjoyed the Joker in this one.
Okay.
I agree with you that there were some elements that just seemed kind of a bit off, and it wasn't really fleshed out. But I think the reason why is because every Joker we've seen on screen, they had a lot of screen time to develop that character.
Sure.
Pretty much in every like film that they've been in, they dominated.
Yeah.
They dominated that movie, especially with Heath Ledger and Jack Nicholson. Even in the old like Adam West, like as Cesar Romero, like anytime he was on, he always dominated the screen, and that's the Joker. It's like he's just right there in your face, and when he's kind of put as a supporting role, it's kind of hard to develop that character than just the psychopath that he is.
Right.
There's a lot of nuance to the Joker, and that's one of the things I've always loved about him in the comics is that there's a lot to him, and you don't get a chance to see him. And I think that Jared Leto, he did go over the top with it, and he made a choice with the way he portrayed the character, and I think it worked. I was scared at times. Because that's the whole thing. You never know what the Joker's gonna do. He's so unpredictable, and it's just like watching Jared Leto perform the Joker. I'm like, I have no idea what he's gonna do next. I keep predicting. I'm like, I have no idea. Like, he could shoot the guy. He could maim the guy. He could like do whatever. And I'm like, oh,
but
crap.
He never did anything. I didn't find him intimidating. I felt the character was very well written,
right,
but very mediocrely portrayed by Jared
think
Leto.
when he couldn't do it, because it is a PG movie, and in order for I think the Joker is better suited to like a PG-13 and up,
right?
Because he's a lot more like, and even though, I mean, think if you kind of say, oh, what about the Batman animated series? I agree with you in the fact that their Joker can be scary when it's a show for kids, for sure. But I think the scariness of it wasn't the fact that the things that he did. It was about the thing, like, you never knew what he was going to do. And I think that to me is more scarier than that. And that's thing with like kind of, even if you want to go beyond like kind of film theory, Alfred Hitchcock, he was a master of, he never really showed you anything of what happened.
Right.
It was left to your imagination. Right. And to me, watching the Joker, a lot more was left to my imagination. I'm like, I'm thinking through all the things he could do, and I'm like, he could choose anyone, and I don't know which.
Right.
And I think if there's going to be a solo Batman movie and Joker is in it, I think we're going to see a lot more of Jared Leto's performance and the nuance of the character than just the psychopath kind of mob boss that he was in this movie.
I am done with the Joker.
Okay.
I saw it. I saw all I needed to see. I didn't think Jared Leto's performance was strong enough. Again, very well written Joker. A lot of potential. Like you're saying, what's he going to do? What's he going to do? But he never really did anything, or to me seemed scary or intimidating, and didn't dominate the screen. The fact that he is the ultimate bad guy and everybody fears the Joker, why is it that every time he's on screen with Harley Quinn outshines him?
I agree with that last point. Yeah, I mean, I would say like it would seem that Harley Quinn was more like you focus a bit on her than the Joker.
Right. She was a main character. Granted,
yeah, and that's the thing. You can't really tell a Harley Quinn story without having the Joker in there. So I basically think he is okay. He's not stand out like Heath Ledger and Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
But I would like to see him stretch a bit more in it, like in a much more bigger role.
Okay.
So I'll give him that at least. Okay, let's talk about Amanda Waller.
Okay.
Holy crap! I was scared of this woman from moment one.
Really?
Oh man, I was like, she is badass. When you got a squad of these supposedly ultimate villains or the ultimate kind of bad guys.
Yeah.
Like, who are you going to get to rein in? Amanda Waller, even in the DC Comics, like, that is that woman. And Viola Davis, man, she made that character badass.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Like, the moment when she's shooting.
Guns down all the FBI agents.
Guns down all the FBI agents. I'm like, just with that, like, it was like all of a sudden, like, whoa, okay. And like, even
that was the tipping point. That was like, okay, because everyone kept talking about the stories. And then when she took out the FBI agents, you're like, oh, that's what she's capable of. Yeah, she was very well portrayed.
I mean, what I really liked about sort of, like, as much as we were missing a lot in this summer for movies, I think what really stood out is the female performances in a lot of these movies.
Yeah.
When you had Wonder Woman for BVS, you had the Ghostbusters, and then you have, like, Harley Quinn and Amanda Waller. Man, like, those... Like I'll gladly see a movie like a team like a Thelma and Louise movie with just those two.
Just those two.
I would have been like
Road
that.
trip.
Oh man, that would have been great.
Harley and Amanda.
Yeah. What'd you think?
I thought she was a great character. Again, very well cast, in that she obviously looked the part, and she's a great actress, and I kind of wanted to see her character get kind of bited at the end, or at least suffer a little bit more, because she was such a bitch of a character through the whole thing, but she walked out pretty much unscathed, and people are calling her the real anti-hero of this movie, of the story anyway, and I would agree with that. I just wanted to, as in terms of story, I wanted to see her kind of get it more, because she was the bane of everyone's existence.
I think if you were gonna describe an anti-hero within this movie of bad guys, she would definitely be the one for sure. And I would gladly, I can't wait to see her more in these films.
Oh, and she will be. It's alluded. Did you say for the after credit scene?
I did say for the yes.
So it's alluded to that she will be part of the universe going forward.
Yeah, and she kind of helped set up the Justice League for Bruce Wayne, which, by the way, Batman is definitely in this movie. We've seen it in the trailers, but we see Ben. We see Batfleck, and for brief moments, which is okay. I didn't think I thought it would be cool if there would be more, but I was cool with the moments that they gave.
There's a little bit more than what you see in the trailer. The surprise for me was that we got to see Flash.
Yeah,
that was kind of cool. They were very. We saw him twice, and it was
a quick moment. And apparently that scene or that little moment was actually directed by Zack Snyder.
Oh yeah,
because he was already there for Justice League, so they was like, okay, we'll just shoot this and put it in.
Let's do it.
So and I just found that out today, which is pretty cool. I think, and what surprised me was when Batman showed up. I knew that he was going to be showing up with the Joker, because you see it in the trailers. But it was a surprise to see him with Will Smith, and I was like, okay, all right, I can be okay with that. And even when he shows up again, and sort of the what would you want dream, I guess, the fantasy dream that everyone had. And it was cool. It was enough to kind of set up the world and say that's much bigger than just this movie itself. So I was okay with that.
The villain who do you call her villain? Temptress?
Enchantress.
Yeah. Right.
Didn't care.
Horrible.
Didn't care. I like Cara Delevingne because I saw her in Paper Towns and she was good in that.
Yeah.
But didn't care for the
I don't know if it was poorly cast or what, but it's just who cares?
I just didn't care about the character.
Yeah.
I even her portrayal of June. I don't know. It just seemed like it was kind of it was weak. I mean, not the fact that her performance was weak, but it just seemed like it was just I just didn't care.
Yeah.
And I'm okay. The plot didn't really matter much. I mean, Enchantress is trying to take over the world. We've seen this plot 1,000 different times in superhero movies, and it just.
What was the machine she was talking about?
I don't know either. Yeah,
they worship machines, so I'll build a machine. It was like, what are you talking about? And then, what was it going to look like? What was it going to do?
I don't know. I think you saw a little bit of it when you see different parts of the world being kind of hit and destroyed by it. But I'm like, I don't know, is she building this anti-weather machine to kind of just shoot lightning bolts everywhere?
That was for sure the silliest part of the whole movie. Even how that culminated at the end. Although I like seeing what's the fire guy's name?
El
Diablo. Fighting the other villain. I thought that was really great. I didn't realize he was going to turn into that guy.
I didn't think so either. Yeah, I think
that was kind of neat.
I think out of when you have a big cast of big characters and big actors, I think out of the supporting characters, El Diablo was kind of the standout.
Yeah,
I really enjoy. I love the fact that they kind of dive deep into his backstory a little bit.
Yeah.
And you see the conflict that he has with using his powers and. Using it to what I liked what he said he says I've already lost one family, I'm not going to lose another.
Yeah, I thought that was corny because you feel like these people are family. You've known them for less than 24 hours.
Yeah, I mean
that was a weird line to me.
It was a bit weird, but I'm I like. It would have been even cornier for me if it didn't have that setup of who he was.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. And there's a few leaps of logic you have to make with this film for sure. I mean,
and if you wanted to know more about Killer Croc, don't watch this movie because he's completely thrown away character.
He was alright in moments, but it's just if you just say Killer Croc and the immediate thing you think of in your head, that's all they show.
That's right.
That's it.
Yeah, they don't go too much into his background at all. He doesn't really say much. He has a few one-liners.
They didn't even really show
him looking around, growling.
Yeah, they didn't really show him fighting Batman that much, which he's a Batman villain.
Yeah.
And I thought that would have been like a neat little sequence of like Batman in the sewers looking for Killer Croc, and he just that would have been an awesome introduction where all of a sudden like I kind of picture like Batman's like kind of walking in the sewers, and then you see a shot of him looking towards the camera, and then behind him Killer Croc kind of just stands over top of him.
You should have directed this movie.
Yeah, I was like, man, that would have been so awesome. And then like even if you want to add a little bit of levity in there, like Ben Affleck in his sort of like in his voice changer voice box thing, he would have been. Uh-oh.
That would have been great.
Yeah. But, Killer Croc. All the negative reviews of this film that have kind of come out, the best way I can be able to kind of say it to you is, like, if you're not sure about the reviews, who cares?
Yes.
Who gives a bat ass? What about, about the reviews? Just go see it.
Something we really wanted to address is just... The early reviews that come out are just, they've been so negative with so many movies this summer that people aren't even giving movies a chance. And this is an industry that we both love and are impassioned about. So, I mean, I know we're kind of, being hypocrites here because we are putting out a review. But make up your own mind.
We review these and criticize these movies because we love movies. We love going to see them, and that's kind of like I don't know about you, but this is my favorite pastime is to go see a movie.
Absolutely.
And so we do these things just because we want to at least give our thoughts and opinions. And if you take our reviews as sort of like Bible, and I'm gonna watch it because of Steve and JJ, great, that's awesome. But we also take us with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Go see it and judge for yourself. Don't take someone else's opinion that they saw it and you base your opinions on that. Go see the film.
Yep.
At least support the films that you want to go see. If you're any interested at all in this movie, just go see it.
Yeah, and leave a comment below.
Yeah,
let us know about it.
Let us know what you thought about the movie if you saw it already, and kind of let's discuss it a bit. Like, did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you agree with the critics or did you not? Or did you agree with us? I don't know. So let us know in the comments down below. Like and share and subscribe to this channel if you want to be able to see more of us. We've got like a whole playlist of all the movies we've done or reviewed over this past summer, and we've got more coming up this fall. I mean, there's going to be a bit of a dry sort of spell, a bit waiting for like the summer kind of to end and then the fall to start back up again. But we'll definitely be back doing more reviews.
For sure. Or just even movie talk.
Yeah, we could do that too. Yeah. Let us know actually what topics you want us to talk about. Maybe we can kind of discuss it. All right. So for where can we be able to find you online and on the air?
You can find me on the air in Toronto on 93.5 The Move every weekday from 3 to 7 and on social media at TorontoJJ, Instagram and Twitter.
And I'm at Steve Saylor everywhere or youtube.com/snowball. So that's it. As always, remain obedience to yours. Bye.